Hi guys, I've just received this from Scottish Customs. It's Coleman Trebor, he's a Jedi. Is that focusing in? Let me just show you. So I just got this from Scottish Customs. I'm going to show you how to put it all together. It's not very hard. It's just the hands. You get two sets of hands, so you choose what hands you want to put on. A neck and a head. And it goes on a Mace Windu body. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and get some hot water and boil and pop his hands and head, and then I'll be right back. See you in a minute. Okay guys, I've got my boiling water. You can just have hot water if you want, but you might have to leave it a bit longer. So I'm just going to, all I've got to do is take his head, probably his neck off, and his two hands. So in he's going to go. And I'm going to leave that there for 30 seconds to a minute probably, and I'll get back to you. Okay, that's been about a minute now, or 45 seconds or something like that. So I've got a cloth so I don't get burnt, and I'll try and do this on camera. Just dry him off a little bit. He should be fumbled. There you go, nice and easy. Look, there you go. There's his neck and head, one, and then his hands. That's his hand. It's not that hot now actually. Yeah, you can pull this one off as well. There you go. Nice and easy that was. The softer you get the plastic, the easier it comes off obviously. Okay. Okay. I've put his neck bit back on because I reckon once I put this one on top of it, it's something to hold it on with, sort of thing. Otherwise there's nothing there to really hold on to it. So you want to put a bit of hot glue in there or something, and then you might not even have to put hot glue actually, so I'll try. Oh yeah, it goes on quite easily. Just got to get it underneath his garment though, with maybe a prick stick or something. Prick stick? Whatever that is, you know what I'm about. Toothpick. There you go, there you go, look at that, lovely. So that's his neck on. I'm not going to leave it, I'm going to paint it first and then put it back on anyway, but that's basically how his neck goes on. You know, you might want to tuck a little bit in there. But like I said, I'm not leaving it like that, so that's the neck. Right, I'm taking that back off. And his hands, you need to, you see Mace Windu's hands, you've got, I don't know if this is focusing in or not. No, I'm not too sure about this, if you can see what I'm trying to tell you, but you basically got to like run a blade down these two edges to pull this stem bit out, and then the hand you can get rid of, put it in your fodder or whatever, and the stem, there's his hand, you've got to put in like that, put in like there. Can you see what I'm doing? And then if you get Scottish Customs gives you a bit of rod, and you put that through there, and then you've got the jointed hands basically. I think I'm going to have to do that off camera though. It's a bit awkward even just trying to show you this, so I'm going to pause the video and do it off camera and show you the end result. Actually, I've changed my mind. I'm going to show you on camera if I can, but if you can't see it, I apologise now right now because I can't really look at the camera at the same time as doing it. And I'm blind, so I've got these magnifying glasses on. So basically you just want to get into the edge and try and cut down. Just be really careful you don't cut your fingers. So I'm not even sure if you can see what I'm actually doing here, but you really only have to do one side if you do it right, because you can pull this off if it's hot. There you go, you see it coming out? There you go, that's it. And that's the bit we want. Can you see what I'm showing you? That bit there is what we want. And this bit, like I say, you can keep that hand, it's still good for something probably. Okay, do the same with the other hand. I don't think it matters what's left and right, I think they're both the same, aren't they? So yeah, they're both the same. So do it the same again. Just be real careful because it's easy to slip and slice your fingers. Believe me, I've done it. Once you've done one side, it should just, there you go, it pulls off. And you could, you know, if you had another thing, you could glue that back on and use that hand again. So there you go, there's them two done. So I'm going to pause it. Right, now what you want to do is get this, you put it through here, and you get a bit of rod what's provided, and you basically just stick it through there. If it's a bit loose, you can like reheat this up a bit, but I usually find once you put a bit of paint in it, like, it kind of stiffens up itself. You see, that's a bit loose though, isn't it? So maybe if you feel like you could put a hairdryer on it to heat it up and then squeeze it in so it's not so loose, something like that, which I might do in a minute. Oops. You see, there's a little hole in this one here, so you've got to make sure you get through both of them. Like that. You can even glue that bit in. I've always put a little bit of glue in the little hole in this side, in the thumb side, and then send it through, put that in, send the rod all the way through, and let it glue, but make sure the glue doesn't squeeze out, otherwise this will get stuck as well. The joint bit will get stuck. Anyway, I'm going to do that now off camera. I'm not going to do it off camera. I always do things off camera. Everyone keeps asking me to show them how it's done and that, so I'm going to do it as best I can. If you can't see it properly, like I said, hard cheese, isn't it? So I've just put a little dab of glue on that, hardly anything. And what I'm going to do is run that through. There you go, see that's in. I'm not leaving it, I'm just getting the glue in that little hole. And put that like that. A little touch more. Hardly anything, it's just got a hold. There you go, that's in. And that's still loose, look. Too loose really, but like I said, I'm going to heat it up afterwards. So just leave that, and I really just want to leave that to dry. I'm not going to cut that off until afterwards. So I'm leaving it now. Okay, so I've just cut that little bit of rod off there. So you've got to just really score it and then bend it and it breaks. I mean, be a bit careful though. I'm going to put a little dab of glue just here, just a little bit. It's a very small amount like that, that's it. And then I'm going to let that dry. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to do the other hand. So that's the right hand, right? Yeah, that's the right hand. Okay, just make sure these holes are all clean, which they are. A little bit there needs coming off, just a little snot. That hole looks good. Okay, let's do a dry fit first, just to double check to make sure that it goes in the hole and everything. Oh, wrong side. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah. Okay, that feels good. Is that going in? Let me take that out and just make sure it's going in. Oh yeah, easy. Okay. Just the littlest dab of glue, like I said. Hardly anything. If you get too much, you end up sending it through and it all goos up on everything and all that, so. It's awkward to do this with the camera light in my way, but. There you go, that's in. I'm just going to leave that to dry for a minute or something like that. And then I'll come back to it. Okay, the second hand's pretty dry now. I'm just going to put another double glue on the top of here just to seal this side. And only, like I say, a very small amount. If you don't want it running through or anything, I use super glue gel because it doesn't run so much. That's it, so that's got a nice bit of movement still. So I'm going to leave that to dry. Actually, this one should be dry by now, shouldn't it? Yep, that's pretty much dry. There you go. See, that's all very loose. But that's okay, because I'm going to heat that up with a hairdryer now. See if I can close it in, and when I close it in, if the rod sticks out a bit, just trim it off. Simple. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, I've heated these up with a hairdryer a little bit. They're still a little bit loose, but like I say, once you start painting and stuff like that, you get a bit of paint in there, it's going to tighten up anyway. So these now, really, once you've painted them, they just pop back in. Sorry, I can't see the camera. Yeah, okay. They just pop back in like that, popping back in, and that's the hands done. And like I said, with the neck, I've already shown you, I think, but that just goes, you know, maybe a bit of hot glue or something in there. But you really probably could do it without the hot glue, and that just pops in. Just make sure the clothing that goes over the neck. That's that, and the head should, I think, just pop straight on. Yeah, the head just pops straight on. Look. So really, all we've got to do now is paint up and put it all back together. How easy is that? Okay, I'm going to do that now. Alright guys, so now I've got everything ready for priming. So I've just put them on the stick, so when I spray it, it's you know, obviously I don't get it all over my hands and stuff. And all I've done is put a bit of blue tack on the bottom to hold these, so you just, if you hold it that way downwards and just quick coat, that's it, job done. So I'm going to do that outside because obviously I'm using this stuff, acrylic primer spray, and it's a bit fumey, so I'm going to do that outside and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I've just given them a primer. I'll probably got to leave it for about 5 minutes or so for it just to dry properly, and then I'll probably give it another coat and then I'll get back to you and we'll carry on. I'm not sure what colour, I think it's a grey, the skin tone is a grey, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Right, okay guys, this is pretty much dry now. It's had 2 coats of a primer. So now I've got to find the colour of his skin, sort of thing. I'm looking online. It says on Wikipedia, it says it's grey skin, but when I look at some of the pictures, it looks more greenish to me. So what I might do, I might start off with a medium to dark grey, and then maybe put a green wash over it, lighten it up in areas, dry brush with a bit of white and stuff. I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. So yeah, I'm going to go, I've got it here actually. So I'm going to put this grey, it's sort of a medium grey, don't say medium grey, it just says grey, but it's an acrylic paint Magic Fly. So I'm going to give that a coat of that now, just with a brush. Actually I'll do it on camera. I'm just going to pause just to set up everything. Right guys, I've got my grey paint. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit of water to that just to get the thickness out of it. So I'm just doing it off camera, I'm just doing it right beside the camera, putting a bit of water. You see that? A bit of water in there, and I'm just going to give it a mix. It's really awkward like this, one sec. Give it a nice mix so it's nice and wet, and just give it a real nice fine coat. Oops, almost went everywhere. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay. So I'm just going to give it a real light coat, because it's so wet it should just like fill in anyway, so. My light dying. I hope you guys can see this okay. The light I've got on my camera, it seems to be fading a little bit. But anyway, if it's rubbish, well, I don't know. I guess I just won't post it if it doesn't come out well enough. Anyway, that looks right. I think I'm just going to have a closer look, because off camera, just a little bit more. Alright, hi guys. Unfortunately the camera died, the battery died, so I had to kind of obviously stop filming for a bit. But what I've done, I've given that 2 coats of grey now. Same with the hands and the neck. And I think I'm going to just give it a bit of a black wash first, just to kind of dull the greyness down a bit more, because it's a little bit medium-y. I want it to get a bit darker. So I'm going to do that now. Where have I got? So I'm going to just use this black wash. Yeah, and I'm going to do it right now. So let me just knock that over then. Get this brush and dry it off. Okay, so just a little dab of black. Just gonna, oh, that's loads. Oh, that's loads. It'll be right. It's dripping everywhere. Just really want it to get into the grooves and stuff, because it shows it up a bit better. It's probably a little bit too much there, but oh, damn it. See, it just highlights the mouth and the little creases and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side and leave it to dry. When it dries, it won't be so black, sort of thing. See, I don't know if the camera can see this, but you can see the wrinkles, some really nice detail in this neck. But it's hard to kind of probably get it on camera to see it. But the black kind of just brings it out a little bit. Like I say, it's not the finished thing though, because I'm gonna probably maybe give it a green wash or something like that as well, just to kind of, like I've seen in the pictures. It's way too dark now. I do put that off to the side as well. The hands. You know, if you feel if you're doing this as well and you think, oh, I've put too much on you, you know, you can always go over it again, so you can't really go wrong. Famous last words. I do. Like I said, I'm going to leave this to dry now for a good hour probably, or something like that, or maybe more. I don't know. See how it goes. Could get hair dry on it if you want it to go quicker, but I'm in no rush, so I'll put that off to the side. Last one. Okay guys, so I've given this a black wash. It's not great at the moment, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to put I think I'm going to put a green wash over it now actually. That'll do. With the hands and the neck as well, obviously. So I've found some that's it, that'll do. Some green paint, and I just put a bit of water in that. Some paint left over from some other job I done, I don't know what it was. Hulk I think, or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to give that a green wash with that. So let's do that now. Brush. This is definitely too much. I'm going to pull some off of with a cloth in a minute. See how it goes back to grey then, it just gives you a look of, a slight look of green in it. Does that look alright? I think that'll be right. Once I get a bit of white, dry brushing with white over the edges, the high edges, I think that might look right. If not, like I say, you can always start again. Yeah, I'm going to leave that. I'll put that to the side. Just so you can see the difference if you can't see the difference. There you go, that's what it was. So now look at it, it's got that kind of green tinge to it. Okay, do the neck. I'm not putting it on heavy. And as you can see, I'm not really brushing it really neatly either, sort of thing. Just getting it on there. And again, pull it off with the again, you can tell the difference. I might even put a black wash again over this. I don't know. It depends. I'll look for some pictures online and see how okay it is or what. You know what I mean, sort of thing. Let's see how it goes. See that stiffened up already. Look, that joint just by painting on it. Darkened a little bit, isn't it? That'll do. Last hand. That'll do for now. I'll leave that just 5 minutes or so just to dry and give it a coat of something else in a minute. Right guys, so that green wash has dried a bit now, so that's what it looks like. What does it look like on camera? Let me, if you can, so it's a grey green look now to it. So what I'm going to do now, I think, is give it a bit of white highlighting sort of thing with a dry brush of white, just to hit the high points along his head and all that, and see how that turns out. So I guess I'm going to use this white, Magic Fly white, basically. So I'm just going to squeeze a bit of that in there. So I've just got a little dab of it there, look, because I'm only going to use a little bit. Brush. I'll use the same old brush, it don't matter. Just make sure it's kind of clean. So we get a little bit of white like that. And, I'm just going to go over it really lightly. Just really trying to hit the high bits. Oh, if you get a bit much, just rub it off quick. I hope you can see that. Yeah, okay. It's a good idea not to use white tissue to kind of, you can't really see what you're taking off and stuff, but that's all I've got actually. I'll use this. Okay. I'm just trying to like, just touch it very gently sort of thing. What's that look like on camera? I don't even know if this is showing up on camera, but anyway, I think I'm going to leave that as that for a minute. Not too bad for now. You can always add a bit more if you feel like it, sort of thing. I'll put this, just hang it over there. So do the neck, same thing for the neck. Doesn't really matter about the ball bit because obviously that's going to be inside the head, so that's probably too much, but never mind. So you can kind of smudge it in and with your fingers and stuff like that. So this neck's got some really nice detail in it, kind of crinkles. I don't know if you lot can see it, but anyway, that's how I do. Put that to the side. The hands, hardly need anything underneath, on the sides. That's good enough. It's a bit heavy there, but don't matter. I can put a bit of something over that. Or maybe not, it's alright. Alright, leave that for now. Right guys, so I'm going to leave it as that because I just looked online. Now I'm looking at it under the light. That'll do for now anyway. Looks a bit white and too dark green around there to me, but actually looking at his face, because I've got a picture of him on my computer which you can't see, but I'm going to leave it as that for now. I'm going to do his eyes now. This is the easy bit now because it's gloss black, and that's it. So that's a bit of relief, because I hate doing eyes, especially human ones. So I'm just going to get a bit of gloss back, just a touch, and a small brush. Just give me a sec. I do. A nice pointy brush I need. Get my goggles on. I'll try and do this on so you can see. Can you see that? Spin. The thing with these brushes, you get hairs that just stick out a little bit sometimes. There is a way to solve that, but I can't remember what it is at the moment. Lick it. That's how you do it. Bit of spit. Okay, here we go. Gloss black eyes. So I've got the camera on a kind of different torch, and I keep banging my head on it as I'm painting, because I'm trying to get close to it so I can see what I'm doing. More importantly, can you lot see? Okay. That'll do for that one. Okay. Oh shit, have I just touched? I did, didn't I? Just gonna give it a bit of white. We've got a bit of white on there somehow. Oh, that's good. Okay. See, I mean, I hate doing eyes. Like I said, this gloss black is so easy compared to like when you've got to put a little dot of like browns and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? This is a nightmare. But that will. I should just leave it. That's it. Right, that'll do, I think. I'm going to leave that to dry. And what else have I got to do? I might just to get a bit of a black wash in his mouth and his nose areas, just to kind of bring them out a bit more. But only a black wash, not this stuff. I don't want to put that down, I need to hang that so it doesn't touch anything. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, like I said, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a black wash just in his mouth area with this small brush that I just cleaned. Just let me get my glasses on. Okay. It's not too bad anyway, but just like that, just to bring it out a bit in his nose. Might gloss up his nose a bit as well. You know, sometimes he's got runny noses, sort of thing. A bit of, I mean, not runny. You know what I mean, like shiny sort of thing. That'll do. Okay, I'm going to let it to dry, and I don't know, do you reckon that'll do? Yeah, I might leave it as that, and just got to give it a clear matte coat just to seal it all in once the eyes are dried and all that. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'll need to put a bit more black on that, because I think I just wiped it all off again, didn't I? Right, that's it. I'm going to leave that to dry, then have a look at it again. I'll probably just be done with it then. Okay guys, that's pretty much dry now, so I'm going to seal it in with this acrylic varnish matte Humbrol. Leave that to dry, and then I'll be going over the eyes again with some gloss sealer as well, just to bring out those eyes again. And do the same with the neck. Obviously I'm going to seal the neck and the hands up. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. I'm going to do this outside again because it stinks. So I'll just pause and I'll be back in 2 secs. Right guys, they're all sealed in now with that matte varnish. The hands are all done. So all I've got to do now really is get some gloss varnish in the eyes again. I might just put a little dab up the nose and around the mouth, just to give it a bit of different sort of thing. So I'm going to use, this is just a little tub here, it's Humbrol varnish anyway. What's the number of that? I can't see it. Can you see it on camera? I can't see what that number is for anyway, but it doesn't matter. So I'm going to open it up now and give the eyes a bit of a touch up. And I might do the fingernails actually. Has it got fingernails? Yeah, he has. I'll do the fingernails as well. Forgot to be. Okay. Glasses. So I kind of hold my breath when I'm doing this kind of stuff. Probably not a good idea really, but that'll do. No, it won't. Oh my god. Stop shaking. Right, that'll do. I'm going to just do a little bit over his mouth. And a bit up his nose. Right, that's it. I'm going to leave that to dry. God, I'm out of breath. I'm holding my breath in. And I'm just going to do a bit on his 3 nails. See how that's tightened up, look? It's much better than it was, isn't it? You can see what I'm doing here, you can, okay. tell where they stop. Anyway, that'll do. Where's his? Oh, there it is. Oh, well, yeah, that was a lucky one. I slipped then and I hit the nail, luckily. Right, that'll do. Right, let that go off and then I'm going to start putting it back together, or putting it together. So I'll be back with you in a minute. Right guys, while I'm waiting for the eyes to dry and the nails to dry, I thought I might as well put the neck on. Now I just gave it a quick dry fit off camera and I'm thinking it doesn't really need any glue on it at all. I reckon I could just put that on and be done with it. And I'm going to show you that now. And it, like I say, if it doesn't quite work, I can always take it off and put some glue on later. So basically, it's such a tight fit. Well, actually, you know, it's a good fit. If you just get a toothpick and just lift these up a bit, and can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, okay. And then just push it that way a bit. Push it right in. You see that it's gone in. And you get your toothpick and go like that again and bring it back. It kind of, that's it. Let it go. It's all, there you go. It's in. How easy was that? I mean, there's a bit sticking up there, but you know, you just work it around. I hope you can see this. See, look at that. There you go. It's in. And that is not coming off really, not unless you really play hard with it. Give it to a kid or something, they'll pull it off straight away, but I wouldn't advise doing that anyway. So his garment is all over his neck, all that, you know, a little bit there. Maybe I need to just got to fiddle with it a bit. Probably be better if I had something a bit. See, I don't want something sharp because I don't want to cut the kind of the robe. There you go, that's it. There you go. Look at that. Perfect. I'm leaving that like that. One of these hands ready. Can I carry on? Yeah, they're right. Should I? Okay guys, that's it. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to get a bit of hot water again and heat these up so I can pop these in nice and easy, because I don't want to force it, sort of thing. So I'll be back with a bit of hot water again. Right guys, I'm just putting his hands in the hot water. I just slipped and he fell in head first, sort of thing. Not that he's got a head on, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So that's probably been about 30 seconds or so. I'm just going to dry him off. Hopefully man should just pop on nicely. I didn't really want to get his neck wet because I've just you know, anyway, left hand. Yep, nice and easy. Look at that, and look how nice and stiff. But yeah, I'm putting, yeah. Is that in? Oh, that's in. That's it. Lovely jubbly. There you go. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, then all there is now to put his head on. Might as well just do that quickly. I've got to get the white tack out first. So of his head, what I've been the stick in there. So I'm just pulling the white tack out. Look, you don't need me to do that on camera. Oh God, it's going to take forever. One sec. That's it. Okay, is that? Yeah. Head on. Looks good to me. That's it, guys. Pretty much complete. Now in the picture I'm looking at, his belt is a bit of a darker brown, so you can paint that if you want, but I'll do that another day if I can be bothered, sort of thing. Just to make it a bit different from Mace Window's belt, and if you just darken it up a bit. But other than that, I think we're there. So his hands are nice and stiff, like I said they would be once you've got a bit of paint in them and stuff. Where's the joint on that? Is it on that? That's yeah, like a lightsaber one. Yeah, that's good. So it goes that way, and this one kind of goes that way. Anyway, I think that's it, boys. Laters. Just before we finish, I just thought I'd go over the colours once again, what I used to start off with. So for a start off, I used a grey primer, acrylic primer from Homebrew. That was for the base, and then for the base coat I used a Magic Fly Grey for the base coat. Then I went over it with a wash of black, a black wash over the whole lot. Then I put a green wash over the whole lot, because he's got a tinge of green to him, I think, maybe not, but. And then dry brush of white. I don't know why I just showed you that, because that's really a bubblegum thing, but there's green wash in there anyway. Yeah, anyway, look, so Magic Fly White, dry brush of that, just on the edges sort of thing, of his face. Gloss black for his eyes. Then sealed it all in with Homebrew acrylic varnish, matte. And then went over his eyes and his nails again with a bit of gloss varnish. And then just plugged him all back in. I didn't even use no glue to plug him in. His, you know, obviously his hands went straight in because they were the same bits, sort of thing. And his head, you know, it's a little bit. It's definitely not coming off. It's got a bit of wobble to it. You could put a bit of hot glue and then use a bit of Vaseline to kind of stop it from sticking, so it gives it a nice firm turn then. But I'm happy with the way it is, really. Let me know what you lot think in down below and all that. I might find a robe for him actually, so I might be back again in a sec. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, here he is on the turntable with Mace Windu's lightsaber and Luke's blade. Jedi Luke blade. So I'm going to go put a cloak on him, a Scottish Customs cloak, not the Mace Windu one because I don't like that one, and see what he looks like that. Okay, here he is with a custom cloak from Scottish Customs as well. I had that cloak for quite a while, it was just a spare one I had lying around. I think it's much better than the Mace Windu one. I think that's a bit tight, the Mace Windu one. So, yeah. Just want to show you that. Right, we're done. That's it. No more. Laters, guys.